What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the ClearCryptos Education YouTube channel. My name is Jay Seals, and today we're going to be talking about none other than FTX and the collapse and how hard it has hit the market and how far-reaching this whole FTX debacle has gone. Today, FTX could be hurting the gaming industry in crypto, and we're going to be breaking it all down. So how did the FTX collapse impact Web3 gaming industry? The FTX collapse impacted the whole crypto ecosystem, but this might have been deeply felt in the Web3 gaming because of the ties between Solana and FTX. Some believe the collapse will bring more attention to decentralized projects, while others think GameFi relies on centralization to attract Web2 gamers. On November 24th, Telgrow Earn hosted a Twitter space featuring Footprint Analytics, Telgrow Earn, KCC Games Guild, and Earn Alliance to talk about the impact of FTX collapse on Web3 gaming. Here are a few takeaways. More investors and market participants are losing trust in centralized entities within crypto. The fail of seemingly stable and prolific exchange with the strong ties to GameFi ecosystem and key blockchains and marketplaces had made people rethink how they store and stake their tokens. In the coming months, Web3 projects will lose funding opportunities, but this will change eventually because there are still funding houses and capital available to be deployed. Siddharth Mellon, the founder of Tegro, said, "There's setbacks. There's an entire trust issue. It comes back to why, in the first place, Bitcoin was born. We don't trust centralized entities. It's not like people have lost faith in crypto in general." Earn Alliance noted a lot of projects will lose capital or lose chance of funding, especially small games that got funding through Web3. On one side, we're going to see a lot of scams disappearing, but we're losing a lot of great potential. And I mean, I think that kind of goes two ways, right? Like, I think I would rather have the scams disappear and then have funding start to pick up. Like, yes, in the short term, it sucks for funding, but I think in the long term, having all these scams go away will only help crypto's legitimacy in the long run. So, will this cause a rise in decentralized projects? Bitcoin and the crypto industry in general began as a way to decentralize the financial system and later extended to gaming and other industries. However, many centralized companies thrive in the ecosystem for ease of use that they provide. I also think they thrive because of the capital that they have too compared to the smaller companies. I mean, that only makes sense. While centralized entities are better at attracting and maintaining mainstream users in crypto, they are inherently riskier than decentralized options. Yep, I agree 100% with that. Since everybody is taking their money off of centralized exchanges and now centralized exchanges can't be trusted, are people going to start storing and staking their tokens on DeFi projects? Are we going to see another wave of DeFi protocol, especially for gaming? Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair question, right? Like, the more we see centralized exchanges being less trusted, the more we should see DeFi being trusted. On top of that, DeFi is not really well known at the moment. I mean, yes, we all know about DeFi. We're all here for DeFi. However, the mainstream doesn't know about DeFi. So I think pushing the mainstream toward DeFi and decentralized the way we want it to be, I think will be a positive. So they go on to say most gamers are trying to get players from Web 2, and the easiest way to do that is just giving them easy access. And the way to do that is centralization or centralizing it. In one side, games will become centralized. And on the other, we're going to see a rise of decentralized games, but for people who are already in the ecosystem. So again, getting them into centralized games, and then after they're into centralized, then you introduce them to DeFi. Be like, okay, well, we have this cake over here, but we have this much sweeter cake over here, but you have to try the regular cake before you can get to the sweet cake. So it's just kind of slowly spoon feeding them until they get to where they need to be. Despite the bear market, GameFi protocols have been relatively stable for the last few months. However, the collapse of FTX and its effect on Solana and the wider crypto market will most likely cause a downsizing of players and investors. The price of NFTs and tokens have also dropped, reducing the expected income for players. Based on the October GameFi report, not much has changed in September going into October. The amount of funding is about the same, and the number of daily users are the same. But I think FTX issue is going to drastically change their stats for November report, especially for funding. They also said there are about 20 to 25 projects that are actually got funded either by Alameda Research or by FTX Ventures. With this kind of backup, you really have a chance to get listed on FTX. With the collapse of FTX, they lose the advantage as well, so they have to seek funding elsewhere. So I didn't even know that Alameda and FTX were into GameFi at all, but the fact that they did fund 20 to 25 projects and now, they got nothing is pretty crazy. Also, the fact of the advantages of getting funded by FTX, right? You get a front seat in the line because FTX believes in you. So very interesting. This piece is contributed by Footprint Analytics community in 2022 by Email Protected. Footprint Analytics is a building blockchain most comprehensive data analyst infrastructure with tools to help developers, analysts, investors get unrivaled GameFi, DeFi, and NFT insights. The engine indexes, cleans, and abstracts data from 20 plus chains and counting, letting users build charts and dashboards without code using a drag and drop interface as well as SQL or Python. Footprint Analytics also provides a unified data API for NFTs, GameFi, and DeFi across all major chain ecosystems. So they got a lot of data there, a lot of cool things you can do, and it doesn't seem like you have to be the most tech savvy to use it, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Please, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.